say I need to get a little action. People say my love life is fiction. People say I wouldn't give them no satisfaction. Well, I wouldn't know, it's beyond my imagination. I keep my pants up high and my zipper closed, and people wonder why I never get rid of those awesome looking sunglasses that I got off of eBay at a special price. Anyway, you get the picture right. People love to hate a play no matter wrong or right. What I like makes no difference as they go. Get a life. I go. Yeah, I go. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, go. No matter what you people say, I'm gonna do my thing my way. No matter what you people do, I'm gonna do my thing much better than you. No matter what you say or do, oh boy, you're out of luck. It's gonna roll right off of me like water off the back of a duck. And I go. Yeah, I go. Yeah, 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 I go. And I go. I go. Yeah, I go.
What is going on, everybody? I am Condition 13, and I just want to say, start off with a quick apology, because last week I had some fucking audio issues, and I didn't realize that at the end of the stream, that the microphone was completely cut off. So y'all didn't hear me do my sign off. That's all good. Here we are, playing some Star Trek Resurgence. It is an interesting indie game. Fucking... It's a true Star Trek game. It's fucking a must-play for any fucking Trekkie. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, I have my gripes, but they're not major. I mean, it's an indie game, so it's understandable. But yeah, let's continue.
Soothing.
Yeah, this is a narrative-driven game. A little bit of action here. It's really a lot like a Telltale game.
Commander Rydek, I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
I'm glad to hear it. I just hope you're not the only one who feels that way.
I apologize for that. These are unusual times, to say the least. Much is changing. For the first time in our history, the Hotari have the upper hand. We see ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. New voices have risen up. Old voices shouted down. Galvin and Sidron have become national heroes. Now, they have the Queen's ear. Better or worse, depending on your perspective.
I get the sense you don't exactly trust them.
They're miners, not diplomats. I don't trust their instincts, which are leading us to war. My fear has been that the Illidians will launch an attack and crush us. You've seen their starship, no doubt. They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to, but it never happened. And as strange as this may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of. It's still the same bluster and bravado you would expect from them. But it has no teeth. Like they're afraid of what might happen.
Do you think it has something to do with the ion storm? Right now, it's stronger than ever, isn't it?
It's entirely possible. I'm not a scientist, but I do know the storm has knocked out all kinds of systems. So maybe the Lydians weren't willing to risk their ships, given all the interference. Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and restricted all access. No one's allowed without his personal authorization. And they've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security. I'm told it could be something they brought back from the mines. I've made inquiries, but everyone pretends it doesn't exist. I strongly suspect they're hiding something.
What do you think it is?
I've heard rumors it's some sort of ancient artifact, but I haven't seen it myself.
How can we know?
I'd better see what's happening.
Do you think you can find out what they're hiding? I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
Take this. You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
Thank you. I will let you know what I find. And I look forward to our meeting again.
It was really easy to turn her. I don't know, man.
I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but these negotiations rely on the Federation's neutrality, as does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future. So why you would choose to side with the Hotari escapes me. Without a Lydian involvement, there is no dilithium trade. But clearly, you weren't aware.
Of all my concerns, dilithium is not one of them. I could care less about securing a supply, now or in the future.
I'd be curious to know if the rest of the Federation shares your indifference. Major Salit Arminta, Special Attaché, Lydian Armed Forces. Pleasure to meet you, Commander. I have my issues with the Hotari, but I have to give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity. Inciting an uprising the same day as a massive once-in-a-lifetime ion storm.
Our assumption was that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly. At least that was what we were told. Of course, I wasn't there. But who am I to say otherwise?
You sound skeptical.
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt. How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of mines? But I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story. They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm.
What?
I know it sounds crazy. I'm not even sure I believe it myself. But that's what they said.
The energy readings we've seen are off the charts. There's no way they'd be able to somehow harness it. That sort of technology doesn't even exist.
I know. I felt the same way. But each person told the same story. If you'll excuse me, Commander Ryder.
Commander Ryder, I need a moment of your time.
Sure.
I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari. I knew the Federation would see through the Elidians' baseless claims and protect the interests of my people.
To be clear, I'm not on either side of this conflict. Our only interest is peace.
I will keep that in mind.
I assume you were there, the day the mines were seized from the Elidians.
Not seized, reclaimed, and restored to their rightful owners. Yes, I was there. We had to be decisive, before the Elidians could even realize their worst nightmares upon them.
Were the Hotari miners armed during the revolt? I'm just trying to understand how it happened.
If by that you mean armed with centuries of abuse and exploitation at the hands of the Elidians, then yes.
Which doesn't really answer my question.
We had them vastly overwhelmed from the start. They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resolute. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship. Ready to contend with anything the Elidians might have in store. Or is that not true? Maybe I've misjudged it.
It wasn't designed as a warship. More for scientific research and exploration.
But the Federation must have ships designed for war.
Technically, they're Starfleet ships representing the Federation. But yes.
I see.
Sidron.
A pleasure meeting you, Commander. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
Well, that distinction is like technically they're Starfleet ships representing the Federation. Not gonna lie, that's actually how I used to walk in uniform. A little bit, kinda close.
Well, that was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Elidians stormed out.
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
Gravitational harmonics failing to resolve. Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
It is evident that presently, the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself? You're saying something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
Prevents it, or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
Well, couldn't we slowboat it out of here at impulse speed?
It may come to that, but we don't know how far this warp dead zone extends. Captain Solano is on his way back from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship to construct a clearer picture of the phenomenon.
Around the ship. I'll prep a shuttle.
Here we go. little ship. I like where the shuttle bay
I'm
is.
setting
That's
up a
pretty cool.
waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp field. When we get there,
Usually you
I'll
see him
deploy the
exiting
first
out of
probe.
the rear of the ship. Ooh, I get to pilot it. Fly the shuttle to your objective to complete the mission. W forward, D backwards, mouse to turn, Q go up, E down. Roger. Oh, is there more? Oh, well. Ooh. Oh, so it's only with the crew. I can't, not with the other characters. Okay, so I have to guess at how. No, fuck! I gotta stop pressing escape when I'm in the menus.
Gravitational harmonics failing to resolve. Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
I'm gonna do that at least 4 more times, guaranteed.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
It is evident that presently, the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself? You're saying something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
Prevents it or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
Downward facing
Could it be
nacelles.
slow
Yeah.
boated out of here at impulse speed?
It may come to that, but we don't know how far this.
They mentioned it
extends.
again at the beginning. It's
Captain Solano was on his
a
way back from the
Centaur class
negotiations,
fucking
and I
refit.
want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed.
I think.
Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship.
I know it's a
to construct
refit.
a clear picture of the phenomenon.
Around the ship. I'll prep a shuttle.
Yeah, it's a Centaur class fucking refit.
I'm setting up a waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp field. When we get there, I'll deploy the first probe.
This is so cool. Oh my god, it's so cool. I just crashed into the ship. Oh!
Commander Westbrook, the Resolute systems are calibrated to receive the probe's readings. We are standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chovak. We'll be in position shortly.
And, Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft. Now is not the
It's
time
kind
to
of hurting
indulge
my
in the
fucking
human
head trying to
penchant
fucking
for joy
distinguish
riding.
fucking depth though.
Chovak
You know,
probably
a bit
isn't such
flat.
a fun guy to work for, huh?
Kind of get a little bit of motion sickness too. He doesn't like me.
Nah, Lieutenant Commander Chovak's not so bad. You know, once you get used to him. And, I've learned a lot working under him.
I have a feeling
Yeah.
I'm going to have to work harder to be a political animal like you. With this new first officer coming aboard.
Now that the game definitely can use some polish here and there, but you know, I'm telling you, man, it's a fucking where it falters is completely made up for by the complete fucking amazing gameplay. You know what I mean? Fucking, I'm just loving the story. It's an actual Star Trek experience where you're interacting with the crew and fucking, you know,
Transporting the first probe into
figuring
position.
out fucking science fucking puzzles and fucking, you know, being explorers and scientists.
Westbrook here. The first probe is deployed.
It's got a little bit of action too.
We are reading it.
But it's a
We're
fuck.
about
It's,
to replay
it's
the
this is
simulation.
this is Star Trek at its finest.
Problem? I just can't get a handle on her. Commander Rydek. She rejected my plan to use a deflector pulse against the storm surge. But on the other, she did listen to my advice and use the whole polarity trick to get you through that excursion alive. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the new XO. I'm sure she's a fine officer, even if we don't see eye to eye. But she didn't go through what the rest of us did. You know that. And it's hard to figure out why she'd be the one Solano chose instead of, well, one of us.
I've heard some good things. You should at least give her a chance.
I'll take that under advisement.
Test is running. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1, mark.
Whoa. All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space. We need to get another probe out there.
Oh yeah, immersed properly, exactly.
With 2 points of data, the Resolute and the probe, we've managed to get an interference pattern. I'm setting a waypoint to a particularly strong area of interference. We'll deploy.
Feels like something's crawling on my leg. I want to make sure it's not a fucking tick.
Listen, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice I wish someone had given me. Make sure you're never just one thing. And don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight of the big picture. Before Rydek showed up, the captain pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer. What a load of crap. I mean, if he'd said that about Chovak.
Nope, we're
sure.
good. No, I found a couple ticks on me already, so now it's like, I even feel like there's like a twinge. Like, check!
I appreciate the advice, Commander. I'll make sure I keep my options open.
I don't need to tell you how to operate. You're already well on your way. You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field. Keep up the good work. And who knows? A solid jack of all departments like you could be Commander-in-Chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot. And there are places to go in the enlisted ranks, too.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy where I am.
You must be a glutton for punishment. Lieutenant Commander Chovak has been known to take decades to warm up to people.
I'm curious. All right. Commander Westbrook enjoyed his conversation with Carter, coming away with the impression he's smart, pragmatic, and content with his position aboard the Resolute. I love this. You can see where you stand with it, you know. Like, I wonder how many developers worked on this game. All I know is a small indie studio.
Here, this is close enough. Stop the engines.
But I'm just saying, if Gamepires were to take over this game, then you'd get fucking a metabolism and pooping.
Westbrook to Commander Chovak, we're ready for another sampling of data.
Add in a replicator.
Very good. Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2.
You'd be able to drink your
1.
Actigino and piss it out later. The fuck?
There it is again.
I saw it. It seems to be directional.
Well, what about the scans? Anything?
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resolute, Otari Prime, and the probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually. We got something.
These markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more.
There we go. Oh my god, I know I'm missing one.
Hold up. This is coming from the moon.
A beam that blocks warp travel.
Aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally. I don't know how they're doing it. This is like nothing I've ever seen.
We're under attack and we didn't even know it. We need to stop them. Unplug whatever it is they're hitting us with.
Now, look here. It's our current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations. They line up with the interference pattern. The storm and this beam, they're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just a small part of something much bigger. Presently, we don't have an explanation for how they're doing this. One thing is clear.
It's
There's
sus.
no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board. Solano out. A targeted weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon Tau.
That would explain the difficulties my shuttle encountered. More importantly, the tenor of the Hotari during the negotiations.
And here I thought the Elidians would be the problem. Coming to peace talks in a warship. This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
We're the ones in trouble. The Elidians knew something was off.
For all their posturing, every indication is that the Elidians are afraid of the Hotari. They didn't bring their warship as a threat. They brought it because they're scared.
From everything we witnessed, I would say that is highly likely.
But what are they afraid of?
Tylus, the Hotari representative, said she thought they found something in the mines. Galvin and Sidron brought it back to the palace, but they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate it. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
You found an ally.
Why would Tylus help us?
I now feel like I'm being
Behind
set
the
up.
people's back? It's a fair question, considering.
She doesn't like the way Galvin and Sidron have been manipulating the situation. And the Queen. Working with us to go around them isn't the same as betraying her people.
It may be true.
She's certainly more likely to
I don't
help
know.
than the other Hotari we've met.
That raises another question. Specifically, what do the other Hotari have to gain in bringing us here, only to make this hostile maneuver against us? There must be some motivation.
Unless they changed their minds between when they asked and when we got here.
Sidron was very curious when we spoke outside the Queen's chamber. He wanted to know all about us, our ship, the Federation. He wasn't giving any answers. He was looking for them.
Well, I'm sure you didn't tell him too much. I don't think the Elidians know what's really down on that moon either.
Major Armintas said the revolt defied explanation. That the Hotari miners somehow harnessed the energy of the storm.
Harness the energy of the storm?
Doing that is beyond even our capabilities.
So is a weapon that disrupts warp travel.
There have been civilizations and entities, both past and present, far more technologically advanced than the Federation.
The Elidians and Hotari don't fall into that category.
But that is all the more reason to investigate further.
Mm-hmm.
Commander Rydek.
I'd like to again state that, you know, Leonard Nimoy is not in this game.
The Queen's advisor, Tylus, has asked to speak with you.
Put her through.
Galvin and Sidron are still with the Queen. I've enlisted help to gain access to the room they have under guard. I don't have much time.
I'm not supposed to leave my post.
It's only for a moment. I so appreciate your help.
I found something. I'm sending you a scan.
Got it. Tylus, if we needed to gain access to the mines on Tau, is that something you could help us with?
I suppose it wouldn't be easy, but I have to go.
Tylus.
Can we reconnect?
Sorry, Captain. We've lost all contact.
We can only hope she escaped without harm.
It was hard to tell.
I'm the one who got her into this. If something happens to her, it's my fault.
She's one of the Queen's closest advisors. I'm sure she'll be fine. Assuming the Queen isn't part of this. Let's see the scan of whatever the hell that was.
Tylus suspects this came from the mines on Tau.
It appears to be of ancient origin, but the markings are unfamiliar.
We can run a full analysis when we get back to the Resolute. But if this came from the mines, then it might be the key to how they got the upper hand against the Lydians.
Then we have to go into the mines.
The Federation would not allow that. We were, after all, sent here to be a neutral party in a peace negotiation. However, we could demonstrate that the Hotari have acted in bad faith, which would enable us to investigate the mines on Tau with full justification. But of course, we would need conclusive proof before taking action. Otherwise, it could put us in a difficult position.
Whatever this artifact is may be proof enough. At least to satisfy the Federation.
Especially if we can show the Hotari are controlling the warp disruption. And targeting the Resolute.
We may have a better understanding once we analyze the device. But a mission to the mines, covert or otherwise, is not out of the question. And I will handle the Federation.
As I was telling Carter, I want all the data I can get on this warp problem. And the negotiating team's shuttle has been recording data all the way back from Hotari. Even better than our probes. So pull the sensor and engine ISOs from the Melville when it sets down.
Will do.
I'll join you and Shovak down in engineering to run another analysis after the briefing.
I didn't like this warp problem when we thought it was some astronomical anomaly. And I like it a hell of a lot less now that we know someone is doing it to us.
Mm-hmm.
How does it work? What do we even do about it?
What do you say we pull these chips and find out?
Took some damage on the way. That ionic interference scored the hull plating. Might be some micro welds. Let's try pulling together.
All right.
Teamwork makes dream work.
3, 2, 1. It won't budge. Gotta be the storm damage. We need to... Welcome back. Any excitement down on the surface?
Excitement? No. Nothing like that.
Hey, can you hand me the EJ7 interlock? From the toolbox.
I don't know what that is.
Not much use for one on a security detail, huh? Carter?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Okay, I'll apply pressure while you decouple the panel.
Here, I'll help.
All right, here we go. Teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah.
We've got this.
Open up and say ah.
Thanks for the hand. We have to get these isolinear chips down to engineering.
No problem. You really know everything about these ships, don't you? The tools, the systems. Like a walking Starfleet technical manual.
Well, I wouldn't say everything, but I know my stuff.
I can see that.
Come on, start pulling chips.
What's this?
Some kind of crystal formation?
Whoa. This substance is a quantized spin crystallization of hydrogen, carbon, and lithium. It's emitting tetrametric pulses at an interval of 3.8422 seconds.
Quantized crystallization isn't natural. I mean, it's only theoretical as a means to engineer matter on a subatomic level. What's it doing in there?
Wait. Regulation 364, subsection 9.
What?
Regulation 364, subsection 9 orders that in the case of an unknown foreign substance infiltrating a sealed system, it will be placed in secure confinement before further examination. Retrieve a containment module.
Don't you think we're more equipped to deal with whatever this is?
No. Before anything else, this is a security issue. You don't even know what this is.
Which is why we need to study it.
Once it's contained.
This is another piece of the puzzle we're trying to put together. We should be investigating it.
And you can. In the containment lab. But protocol is protocol. I can't make an exception just for you.
I'm still going to report these crystals to Commander Westbrook when we send the shuttle data.
And I will inform my superiors. I'm taking this just as seriously as you are. But I overheard talk about the warp disruption on the shuttle. Now these crystals? Maybe this situation is more than we can handle with just a science vessel. We could trigger a distress call, get Starfleet to send more ships. Or I could send a message to my old CO on the Adirondack. Get some combat-tested vessels. We shouldn't do this alone.
Miranda, you gotta be more careful. Someone hears that, they could think you're talking mutiny.
I'm just trying to figure out how we can help.
You can help by doing your job.
Okay, stand back. Get this to the containment lab. We'll get it set up for you. I'll let you know when it's safely confined.
Oh, we'll be there.
Last thing you want is to study this down in main engineering and have it explode next to the warp core.
Wow. Wow.
Almost forgot.
Can't have that.
For a second, I thought she'd gone cold on you. Like she might have changed her mind. But I guess this whole situation has her spooked. Maybe she knows more than us? Or it's because this is all happening so fast?
Yeah, there was something a little off about her.
Like that talk about sending a distress call? That was pretty out there. She was probably just thinking out loud. I'm sure she'll come to her senses. This mission has enough complications stacking up.
Now, we'll get through it. You, me, and Miranda too.
Commander Rydek was able to work behind the scenes during the negotiations and made contact with a representative from the Hotari delegation named Tylus. She mentioned an unusual artifact of unknown origin being held under tight security within the Hotari Palace, which she believes came from the mines on Tau. Now, this artifact might have a connection to the revolt, to the storm, and to the warp disruption we now know has been targeted at the Resolute. Commander Rydek, if you want to take it from here.
Of course.
Oh, take your time, man. Here we go.
Tylus managed to infiltrate the heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these scans using my tricorder. It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon, originating on Tau. Of particular interest is this symbol, which we couldn't identify the origin of.
The Federation database has records from a vast number of civilizations. If anyone from Starfleet has come across this before, the system should recognize it.
Cross-referencing with Federation records.
Displaying symbols from Federation database with a 90% probability of match or higher. Select a symbol to further analyze.
Sorry, I was trying to multitask. It did not go well.
.2% match.
Got it.
So, what are we looking at?
The design and composition indicate this is a glyph associated with the ancient Trekkie Empire. Their civilization collapsed over 600,000 years ago, but once spanned millions of systems with a population numbering in the trillions.
Fascinating. The Trekkie were once the most advanced, most powerful civilization in the galaxy.
Is it possible the Hotari found Trekkie technology?
I wonder if they even know what they have.
Our knowledge of the Trekkie is limited. I have only encountered passing references to them.
Actually, I've heard of the Trekkie.
You have?
Quite impressive, Commander.
Computer, summarize the Enterprise D's discovery of a Trekkie outpost.
On stardate 41386.4, the USS Enterprise D, under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, discovered a Trekkie outpost in the Delphi Ardu system. According to the mission summary, an unbreakable energy-draining field was deployed against the Enterprise and a Ferengi ship. The Enterprise was only able to escape after negotiating their release with an entity known as Portal 63, Guardian of the Trekkie Empire.
Unbreakable energy draining field. It starts to make sense.
What else is there?
There's a lot here. Let's take it piece by piece.
Select the aspect you wish to learn more about.
Someone from the Trekkie Empire is actually still around.
Or at least was, 16 years ago.
Computer, what other information do you have on Portal 63, Guardian of the Trekkie Empire?
The entity known as Portal 63 is of an unknown nature. A biped humanoid, he was unaware that the Trekkie Empire no longer existed at the time of the encounter. He was able to control the crystal-based technology of the Trekkie outpost through apparent telepathic means. It was by his choice that the Enterprise was released from the energy draining field after Commander William T. Riker of the Away Team argued on behalf of both Starfleet and the Ferengi.
Telepathic control of their technology.
As I have said, they were the most advanced civilization in the galaxy.
That's pretty fucking crazy, dude.
The technology to capture and hold the Federation flagship would have to be unbelievably powerful. Computer, what else can you tell us about the energy-draining field the Trekkie used?
The Enterprise D was unable to break free on its own. The precise nature of the technology was never fully understood. Only that the crystalline technology used was beyond the comprehension of then-current Starfleet science.
The engineering team found a quantized spin crystal formation in the shuttle you took to Hotari. They registered tetrametric radiation coming from it.
We have Tacon technology on board right now?
They might. I'll run a full analysis in the containment lab.
There appears to be some sort of restriction order from Starfleet. Computer, explain this restriction.
A Starfleet directive similar to General Order 7 forbids entering the Delphi Ardu system or attempting to make contact with Portal 6-3.
Starfleet doesn't throw up a no trespassing sign for just anybody.
I suppose it makes sense considering what happened to the Enterprise D.
What sort of planet is Delphi Ardu 4?
Delphi Ardu 4 is an M-class planet, a barren rocky world with little to no vegetation and frequent ion storms. The giant crystals that grow there absorb energy, but it is not understood how they do so. The entire Delphi Ardu system, consisting of 11 planets, was considered completely uninhabited until the encounter with Portal 6-3.
Frequent ion storms. That can't just be a coincidence.
The Elydians should have crushed the revolt. But if the Hotari have Tacon technology and can control it, I see why they're willing to negotiate peace. For all we know, this could be just the beginning. And we're up against something greater than we can imagine.
We need to go to those mines.
Find out. We need to see what's down there for ourselves.
I might be able to help with that. We've been able to triangulate the source of the ionic interference and warp disruption to a specific mine on Tau. Engineering used the latest data from your shuttle to pinpoint its origin. There.
So we know where to look.
Commander Rydek's right. We need to know what's down there, what the Hotari are hiding, to better understand what we're up against, and to neutralize it if we can.
Captain, embarking on a mission to the Hotari moon would not be viewed favorably by either side. However, given the circumstances, we are entirely within our rights to defend ourselves.
I just want to make sure this doesn't blow up in our faces. Which is why I'm thinking of sending Commander Rydek on a covert mission to Tau.
Hell yeah.
Assuming you're up to the task. It would require absolute secrecy. And obviously, it's not without risk.
I'll get the away team in and out. They're in safe hands with me.
Under normal circumstances, that would be the case. But given the sensitive nature of this incursion, I'm afraid you'll have to go it alone. I'm hoping Tylus can accompany you. The priority is to avoid detection. It's a calculated risk. The last thing we need is to get caught and then blamed for violating our neutrality and aggravating an already tense situation. We can't afford any mistakes, which is why I've chosen you.
Yes, sir. I'll do everything in my power to make sure no one knows I'm there.
Bad idea.
Of course, you'll
Bad
have full
idea.
support from the Resolute.
Bad idea.
We'll make sure we take every
Bad idea.
Every precaution.
Every part of this is a bad idea.
Get in touch with Tylus and make the necessary arrangements as discreetly as possible.
I'm not a red shirt, motherfucker. Lieutenant Bedrosian was inspired by Jara's boldness when discussing how to address the Hotari threat during the senior... No, that is dumb. Captain Solano couldn't help but be impressed with Jara's willingness to undertake the mission despite the evident risks. Damn it. I really should have fucking... I gotta stop pressing escape.
Commander Rydek was able to work behind the scenes during the negotiations and made contact with a representative from the Hotari delegation named Tylus. She mentioned an unusual artifact of unknown origin being held under tight security within the Hotari palace, which she believes came from the mines on Tau. Now, this artifact might have a connection to the revolt, to the storm, and to the warp disruption we now know has been targeted at the Resolute. Commander Rydick, if you want to take it from here.
Of course. Tylus managed to infiltrate the heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these scans using my tricorder. It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon originating on Tau. Of particular interest is this symbol, which we couldn't identify the origin of.
The Federation database has records from a vast number of civilizations. If anyone from Starfleet has come across this before, the system should recognize it.
Cross-referencing with Federation records.
Displaying symbols from Federation database with a 90% probability of match or higher. Select a symbol to further analyze.
Deja vu.
99.2%
I love you,
match.
Shadow.
Got it.
So, what are we looking at?
The design and composition indicate this is a glyph associated with the ancient Trekkie Empire. Their civilization collapsed over 600,000 years ago, but once spanned millions of systems with a population numbering in the trillions.
Fascinating. The Trekkie
Nobody
were
in
once
this
the
house
most
wants
advanced,
treats.
most powerful
This isn't a treat
civilization in the
household.
galaxy.
We don't like
Is it
treats.
possible the Hotari found Trekkie technology?
Nobody likes treats.
I wonder if they even know what they have.
Our knowledge of the Trekkie is limited.
What'd it do?
I have only encountered passing references to them.
There you go, boo. Oh. I've heard of the Trekkie
Actually, I've heard of the Trekkie.
because I'm an Enterprise stand.
Quite
Duh.
impressive, Commander.
Computer, summarize the Enterprise D's discovery of a Trekkie outpost.
On stardate 41386.4, the USS Enterprise D, under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, discovered a Trekkie outpost in the Delphi Ardu system. According to the mission summary, an unbreakable energy-draining field was deployed against the Enterprise and a Ferengi ship. The Enterprise was only able to escape after negotiating their release with an entity known as Portal 63, Guardian of the Trekkie Empire.
Unbreakable energy draining field. It starts to make sense.
What else is there?
There's a lot here. Let's take it piece by piece.
Select the aspect you wish to learn more about.
Someone from the Trekkie Empire is actually still around.
Or at least was, 16 years ago.
Computer,
I'm
what other
unstoppable.
information do you have on Portal 63, Guardian of the Trekkie Empire?
The entity known as Portal 63 is of an unknown nature. A biped humanoid, he was unaware that the Trekkie Empire no longer existed at the time of the encounter. He was able to control the crystal-based technology of the Trekkie outpost through apparent telepathic means. It was by his choice that the Enterprise was released from the energy draining field after Commander William T. Riker of the Away Team argued on behalf of both Starfleet and the Ferengi.
Telepathic control of their technology.
As I have said, they were the most advanced civilization in the galaxy.
The technology to capture and hold the Federation flagship would have to be unbelievably powerful. Computer, what else can you tell us about the energy-draining field the Trekkie used?
The Enterprise D was unable to break free on its own. The precise nature of the technology was never fully understood. Only that the crystalline technology used was beyond the comprehension of then-current Starfleet science.
The engineering team found a quantized spin crystal formation in the shuttle you took to Hotari. They registered tetrametric radiation coming from it.
We have Trekkie technology on board right now?
We might. I'll run a full analysis in the containment lab.
What sort of planet is Delphi Ardu 4?
Delphi Ardu 4 is an M-class planet, a barren rocky world with little to no vegetation and frequent ion storms. The giant crystals that grow there absorb energy, but it is not understood how they do so. The entire Delphi Ardu system, consisting of 11 planets, was considered completely uninhabited until the encounter with Portal 6-3.
Frequent ion storms. That can't just be a coincidence. There appears to be some sort of restriction order from Starfleet. Computer, explain this restriction.
A Starfleet directive similar to General Order 7 forbids entering the Delphi Ardu system or attempting to make contact with Portal 6-3.
Starfleet doesn't throw up a no trespassing sign for just anybody.
I suppose it makes sense, considering what happened to the Enterprise D.
The Elydians should have crushed the revolt. But if the Hotari have Takan technology and can control it, I see why they're willing to negotiate peace. For all we know, this could be just the beginning. And we're up against something greater than we can imagine.
There's only one way to find out. We need to see what's down there for ourselves.
I might be able to help with that. We've been able to triangulate the source of the ionic interference and warp disruption to a specific mine on Tau. Engineering used the latest data from your shuttle to pinpoint its origin. There.
So we know where to look.
Commander Rydek's right. We need to know what's down there, what the Hotari are hiding, to better understand what we're up against, and to neutralize it if we can.
Captain, embarking on a mission to the Hotari moon would not be viewed favorably by either side. However, given the circumstances, we are entirely within our rights to defend ourselves.
I just want to make sure this doesn't blow up in our faces. Which is why I'm thinking of sending Commander Rydek on a covert mission to Tau. Assuming you're up to the task. It would require absolute secrecy. And obviously, it's not without risk.
I'll get the away team in and out. They're in safe hands with me.
Under normal circumstances, that would be the case. Given the sensitive nature of this incursion, I'm afraid you'll have to go it alone. I'm hoping Tylus can accompany you. The priority is to avoid detection. It's a calculated risk. The last
Who is that Vulcan? That's Spock. Do you recognize Spock?
And aggravating an already tense situation.
Oh, yourself a Trekkie.
You can't afford any mistakes. Which is why I've chosen you.
Yes, sir. I'll do everything in my power to make sure no one knows I'm there.
Good. Of course, you'll have full support from the Resolute. And we'll make sure we take every precaution.
Every precaution.
Get in touch with Tylus and make the necessary arrangements as discreetly as possible.
Bridge to Captain Solano. The Elydians have moved additional ships to the edge of the Hotari system. Current heading is straight for the homeworld.
Understood.
It would seem we no longer have the luxury of waiting. In that case, may I suggest you and I return to Hotari Prime. Doing so will provide Commander Rydek as much time as possible to complete her mission.
Agreed. We'll hail the Queen's delegation from my ready room. We all know what we need to do. Dismissed.
You see, that's what you get for paying attention to your job more than me. Just saying. So once again, I'll state that Leonard Nimoy is not in this game.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar, where is
You love the
crystal
documentary?
formation that you found in the shuttle? I have tasked Ensign
Oh, yeah,
Calloway with
yeah.
performing a
On
full
D6 done?
analysis of the tetrametric pulses.
Security brought it to the containment lab.
I was just there. They don't
Voiceover.
know anything about it. Security never checked it in.
Miranda never got there?
She's the one that had the crystal formation?
Yeah, her and the rest of the security detail from the negotiations.
Diaz, Tamaris.
Try her again. Commander Westbrook to Petty Officer Miranda Maris. Respond.
Something's not right.
She's still on the ship. She has to be.
Computer, locate Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
Petty Officer Miranda Maris is in the isolinear storage array on Deck 5.
I'll go find her.
Good.
Isolinear storage array.
I am sure Mr. Diaz can attend to this on his own.
I love Trill. Favorite species in Star Wars? Oh my gosh, it's Star Wars. Star Trek. My favorite species in Star Trek is Trill. Oh, God. Oh. Can't believe it's Star Wars. But yeah, this is like super sus. What the fuck? She was acting super sus when we fucking repairing the goddamn fucking shuttle. Oh, the Spock documentary, Netflix. Oh, I haven't seen it. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, I didn't know what you're talking about, man. Speaking about Star Wars, though, I did beat Jedi Survivor.
Someone improperly pulled these isolinear chips.
So, someone's sabotaging the ship.
Miranda, you in here? Hello?
Download complete.
Hello?
It's getting creepy.
Hey! Miranda?
What the hell are you doing, Carter?
Why are you running?
You almost knocked me to the lower level. What's wrong with you?
What were you doing running from me?
I didn't know it was you. There's no reason for you to be in here.
Commander Westbrook said the crystal formation we found in the shuttle never made it to the containment lab.
I don't know why he'd say that. I brought them there myself. Whatever he told you, he got it wrong. All I know is where I left them.
And why didn't you answer when I tried you on the comm badge? Or when I called out to you in here?
I guess I was caught up in my work. Now, if we're done here...
We're not.
I have to go.
No, you're not. You're not going anywhere.
Do you mind?
I do.
I'm in the middle of my shift.
Hold on a second. What's in that box you're carrying?
It's not the crystal formation, if that's what you mean.
It's a data storage.
It's for... secure data. It's really not my place to talk about it.
She's being sus as fuck.
I want a straight answer, Miranda. What are you doing here?
Carter, if things are gonna work out between us, I'm gonna need you to trust me a little more than this.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen.
Because this is not a good start to a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't get why you're acting this way.
It's hard to trust you when you aren't acting like yourself.
I'm not gonna keep explaining myself to you. Especially if you're not gonna listen to my answers.
Don't let her go!
What's the holdup?
Don't answer that. You and I can work this out. Please.
You are seriously out of line, Miranda. First you tried to run, now this?
I'm not going to stand here and debate you.
Edsalarda Diaz. Are you okay?
Borg! Borg! Yeah, you ain't getting away. I'll do cardio all day.
So I see you found each other.
You
were taking so long, the commander sent us to see what the problem was.
Good job.
Diaz, you were sent here with specific orders, and fighting your crewmate wasn't one of them. What the hell is going on here?
Wow.
Let's
Assumptions.
just let them explain.
I'd like to hear that, because I know what it looks like.
There's something seriously wrong with her. She's not herself, I'm telling you.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
Well, for one, she was copying data onto this.
This drive is unauthorized.
There are ISOs all over the floor.
And that's why I was in here, investigating this situation.
Bullshit!
And when Carter came looking for me, we got our wires crossed. It wasn't anything more than that.
Look, I wish I was wrong about this. That I was overreacting. More than anything. But I know what I saw. And it's not what she's saying.
I can't believe this.
I don't know what's going on here, but I think we need to call it into security. She can explain herself in the brig.
Hold on a minute. We don't need to put this on anyone's permanent record.
Nope, she's going into brig.
Carter said you're not yourself.
She's going into brig.
Something's wrong with you.
She's going into brig. She's going into brig.
Yeah, I haven't felt right since I came back from Hotari.
Brig.
I think I should see the
Brig.
doctor.
Brig.
You two know her?
Brig.
If you think she's not well?
Brig.
Take her to sickbay first.
Brig.
But what I know is this is a security breach.
It is a security breach.
As such.
Exactly.
Please, just let me go see the doctor.
Fuck that shit. No, you going to security. I don't give a fuck you don't like it.
This is Petty Officer Diaz. I need a security team to Deck 5.
This is unbelievable.
I'm not the fucking bad guy here. And if you know what, if I'm wrong and it ruins the relationship, that's fine. I'd rather fucking be wrong and ruin the relationship than, you know, be right and fucking cause the ship to go boom. You know? It's like be right and do nothing about it and fucking have shit go fucking sideways. Like shit was all on the floor.
Right,
She ran when she fucking saw somebody.
Any trouble getting to the surface?
I'm really starting to miss transporters.
As long as this storm is around, you'd better learn to like shuttles. But if you can find the cause of the interference, we might be able to get back to transporting.
As if I needed another incentive. We both know there's a lot more than that riding on this.
Fair enough. You'll need to get in and out of the mine undetected, so I hope Minister Tylus can help in that regard.
So do I.
And to keep this covert, we'll refrain from contact unless absolutely necessary.
Yeah. Because, you know, no one's gonna notice a shuttlecraft leaving a Federation ship going down to a moon in a disputed fucking area. Nah, not at all. No one's gonna notice that shit at all. Super fucking covert.
The ionic interference is coming from underground. I should find a safer way down there.
I saw your shuttle take off. Hopefully no one else did.
I saw your shuttle take off.
It's good to see you. Even under these unfortunate circumstances.
When you called to give us a scan, it sounded like they caught you. was worried you'd been hurt.
You just
There was nothing I couldn't handle.
Lead the way. I'll fill you in on what we've learned about the situation.
Follow me.
Follow me, follow me. Follow,
The
follow
device Galvin and
me.
Sidron brought back from the mines is being used to control some sort of warp disruption weapon that has the Resolute trapped in Hotari space. According to our readings, the power source for that device is on this moon, at the specific coordinates I sent you.
That sounds impossible. But explains the rumors of the Hotari controlling the ionic storm.
We strongly suspect the device was created by an ancient empire known as the Trekkie.
The Trekkie?
Once the most powerful civilization in the galaxy, but they've been gone for over 600,000 years.
It's hard to believe there's something like that on Tau.
Which is why I need proof. If we find hard evidence that Galvin and his allies are hiding dangerous Trekkie technology, I can convince the Federation to let us intervene.
Understood. We're almost there.
That's the mine?
Prospect 614 North, Subdivision 20.
It's enormous.
Just one of the thousands across Tau. The pride of Hotari.
Hotari.
How do we get inside?
The structure that circles the mine has entry points for transporting equipment into the lower levels. They're guarded, but nothing I can't get past using my authority.
Well, that's good to hear.
As long as you can avoid being seen, I should be able to talk my way past any miner. And provide a little distraction for you in the process.
How do I avoid being seen?
You don't use the door. How dare you! Don't you know who I am? I am Tylus Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
That's not...
The Queen would be furious to hear you tried to deny me entry.
The Queen? But I just...
You just what? Just now realize the trouble you've made for yourself? And who exactly do you think you're going to report this to?
That was a jump, wasn't it?
Reporting it as well, to someone much further up the ladder. You have no authority here. Do you understand who pays your wage? I can inform the Queen directly of this instance.
There's no
You'll
need
regret
for...
everything you've said here today. You should have opened the doors the second I appeared before you.
That's not the protocol. I didn't know
Each
you
second
were...
you delay my entry will be recorded, processed, and permanently marked on the record. Can't believe this. Does your brain function? Do you speak our tongue?
Minister, I have orders.
How should a fellow Hotari not understand this? You're digging your own grave. I've reached the end of my mission.
Not going that way.
I told you I can't just...
Now.
But fine.
A wise choice. Lead the way.
Okay. Let's get a look inside you.
Oh, there we go.
Full system access. Let's see if I can just...
Ah, cheat out! Gotta do it. I hate what happens. Used to give me information too, man. I'd be staying in formation. I'm like, Those issues. Start crinkling up my face and shit, like do everything I could not to fucking move, just like finally just break like ah!
Better hurry. Not sure how long she can keep him busy.
You can't crouch with your tricorder equipped.
Something in here is keeping that door closed. Got it. Should remove the security check on the door.
On the door. I'm like, on the door. Because I know where that is. You throw under the shuttle bus? I don't know. Did you say shuttle? Shuttle bus? Shuttle craft. Good sir!
I didn't come here to educate an imbecile on royal protocol.
Of course not, Minister.
So I will be about my business here, and you will take yourself out of my sight. There you are.
You really let that guy have it.
It worked, didn't it? I'm used to having to throw my weight around. Hard to get anyone to listen to you otherwise.
Gotta admit, I'm a little afraid of you now.
Yeah.
You're lucky we're on the same side.
I'd say so. The catwalks were booby-trapped.
Oh, she's part of the crew. There we go. I'm like, the hell. Tylus was flattered by Jara's praise over the way she handled the guard in the mines. Oh, I flattered her. Stop myself. I fucking stopped. I almost did it. I almost fucking pressed the escape key. It's not the escape key. It's spacebar.
Galvin and Sidron have gone to great lengths to keep out the uninvited. Well, we're inside. Where do you want to start?
The ionic interference is coming from below us. We need to go deeper.
That lift goes down, at least to the changeover station. But we can't use it without DNA authorization from one of the guards.
I have an idea, but we need a few samples of DNA from the miners who work here.
Samples?
Fingerprints, sweat, blood.
Which will trick the machine and get us control of the lift.
That's the theory. Let's test it.
Use your tricorder to collect DNA from the Antari DNA samples.
Do you think we could just find a way to climb over this?
Possibly. But the console on the lift itself is locked by the same system that locks this ramp.
No shortcuts, then.
I'm sure you can figure something out.
Crafty. I'll give you a sample.
There's DNA on this console, but it's only partial. I can't use this.
Maybe because we're outside.
The weather out here could dilute any DNA samples.
What about inside that structure? That's where the workers spend most of their time.
Good idea. Wow, that is a lot of DNA. I should look for the most concentrated spots.
That's what she said.
I can use this. That's a stable DNA sample. It's only partial, but a few more should do it. There's gotta be stable DNA here. Good. That's another I could use. Just need one more sample. Not concentrated enough. I should try somewhere else. Not enough. Gotta keep looking. This'll work. Perfect. That's enough to make the DNA profile. Time to go back to the lift. You're not coming inside?
There are some things I'd rather not smell.
Ah.
It worked.
Theory proven.
I'll get it started.
Ready?
I'm a little afraid of what we might find down there.
We'll be okay. I've survived worse than this.
Well, I haven't. But I'll put my faith in you. For now. Jara. Stay back. There's a guard at the station. You'll have to hide.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
You watch your tone with me. I'm Tylus Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs. I speak for the Queen herself.
This is a restricted area. No one gains access without the approval of Galvin or Sidron.
Wait.
Jues Gawad Abawincha.
Let me go!
Are you all right? Are you injured?
No, I thought if I could talk my way through like always, I'd be fine, but I'm a diplomat. This isn't what I do. I've never even fired a weapon. This is just... It's real now. I wasn't ready for this.
Tylus, you can do this.
You're just stunned. You'll be alright.
I don't see what you're basing that on.
All you've shown me so far is an iron-willed determination to save your people. I don't expect that's changed.
No. No, it hasn't. My authority has never been challenged like that. It meant nothing to him.
So we should assume any Hatari we encounter from here on can't be reasoned with.
Agreed. The only loyalty they have down here is to Galvin and Sidron.
It would make sense that, you know, the miners would be loyal to the other miners. Live, laugh, love, long, and prosper. Oh, yeah. I like that.
Got it.
He's not dead, is he? He's still one of my people, and I didn't come here to take Otari lives.
My phaser's set to stun. He'll be perfectly fine, just unconscious for a while.
I see. We don't have that sort of technology on our weapons.
Good to know.
The phaser is set to fun. See, I'm thinking right here, a big fucking fat fucking Section 31 fucking comm badge. What do you think? Yeah?
The energy readings are emanating from this tunnel. It's sure to be guarded in there. Stay low and follow my lead. Is that all dilithium?
Not all of it. We excavate large chunks of rock that contain varying amounts of dilithium ore. It's sorted and processed at the collector ship above.
Oh, you liked it? Good. I think I prefer drinks when it comes to edibles, to be honest with you. Easy to knock back real quick. They fucking metabolize at a decent rate.
More guards.
I take that as a sign we're getting close.
I'll get a closer look. Looks like they've improvised a barrier.
Yes, we must be getting closer.
We need that particular card, don't we?
I'm afraid so.
We don't have time to wait for them to finish whatever they're doing. We'll have to try to keep low and sneak past them.
I'm starting to see the utility of a phaser.
I wouldn't stand a chance against all three of them. Can you open that door?
Not without that scan card.
I don't like our options here. I have to get us that card so we can open the door.
How? If they detect you, Galvin and Sidron's followers are clearly willing to kill to protect whatever is in this mine.
Hey, I'm trained for this. I'll be fine.
What should I do?
Avoid being seen. Stick to the edge of the room and meet me at the door.
A veteran of the Dominion War? Yes, you got this. During stealth sequences, there are enemies that, if alerted, will hunt for you and try to catch you. If you are caught, your mission has failed! Is there more information? Because it looks like there's more information. Okay, enemies can see you if you are looking at, they're looking in your direction. Stay crouched and avoid their line of sight. You can use shift to sneak faster while crouched. If an enemy sees you, a home base symbol will appear. Does that not like home base? I'm just saying. That's not first base. That's not second base. That's not third base. That's definitely fucking home plate right there. I'm just saying. Anywho, not home plate will appear if it fills up all the way. You will be caught. Get out of sight quickly to lose their attention. Enemies will take predictable paths. Watch them and learn their patrol patterns to find the time to move forward safely. In certain locations, there will be interaction points to distract the guards. Usually, Base bar, not escape key. Oh, I got a, yeah, I went to the dispensary yesterday. So I ran out of batter. And,
almost done here. I wish the Lydians would try something.
There was a, they had a Memorial Day, just a grab bag.
Then get back to work.
For,
complete the plan.
For like $2. And it was just this cheap grinder. This is a chillum.
Processing.
Came with this, a lighter and a pack of papers for like $2. But yeah, this is what I was talking about the other day. They're actually selling these, but pre-packed with flour, with a flour infused with distillant. So it's flour mixed with concentrate. What the? There we go.
What was that? Too slow.
Avoid being seen. Stick to the edge of the room and meet me at the door.
That's Ricket's fault. I think it's a pretty solid plan. Just blame Ricket for everything.
Oh shit. I wish the Lydians would try something else. They saw our power, our resolve. They're terrified of us. Until the plan is complete, we're vulnerable. Then get back to work.
Get back to work.
Quickly. Processing. Anyone who prevents our destiny shall be eliminated. I'm not worried. He's led us well so far. It's a miracle we're even here.
We've been waiting for so long. Patience, brother. We'll get our chance. It's inevitable after all.
Yay! Hi, friend.
Stay close.
Stop!
Oh!
What?
Oh!
Motion sensors. They'll trigger an alarm. We'll be found.
Invisible to the naked eye.
They could be anywhere. How will we get through?
With gusto. Dude, so I played Hitman Freelancer a little bit last night, and they changed the New York mission, the bank. So when you go into the safe, it used to be you go into the safe, you use the key card to get into the to open up the vault door. When you got in, and you can use the key card to shut off the fucking laser grid that's inside the fucking the vault itself. They changed that. There's no. Well, first of all, they took out the chloroform bottle that I used to knock off the fucking guards every time. So now you have to bring the chloroform with you. Otherwise, you know, you gotta fucking handle the guards fucking the old-fashioned way. And when you go in, there's no longer a podium that pops up, so you can't shut off the laser grid. You actually have to. It goes in a fucking an on and off pattern, so you actually have to fucking weave your way through the fucking laser grid. Otherwise, you set up the alarm. I like it. It's a little more complicated. There's something else that needs to be scanned. Really great security, just saying. Super, super fucking great security. The finest the Ferengi have to offer. That's a dead body. That's a splattered body. Ew. So they have purple blood. Cool. Does it mean they're grape flavored? I think grape. Grape. This is a bad time I've been making jokes.
It's where the uprising started.
Was that in bad taste?
Hotari don't do this. We defend ourselves, but we don't kill on this scale. This level of savagery.
There's no such thing as a bloodless
Great
rebellion.
taste, less spilling.
I don't know if we should keep going. So much death. I don't want to end up like them.
Don't freeze up on me now, Tylus. We can do this. We're almost there.
Together.
You're right. Lead the way.
Whatever happened here, it made the Elydians abandon the mines. Let's find out what they're so scared of. Hotari and Elydian. Both sides took a beating. The Hotari fortified the side of the room opposite the door. It's a good tactic, but a few crates aren't going to stop fully armed Elydian soldiers. How did they win? From the blast marks, it looks like the Elydians had far greater firepower. Footprints. Elydian boots. Running back the way we came. Tylus.
What?
What kind of weapon did this?
This is like nothing I've ever seen or heard of. My people don't have a weapon that does this.
What else can you tell me?
Appears to have grown from the inside of the flesh after initial penetration. Process ruptured several internal organs. Damn. The Lydians have 4 hearts. All are stopped. The veins that feed them are clogged with quantized spin crystallization. Of growth unknown origin lodged inside the Lydian skull.
What an awful
Wow.
way to die. This must be why the Elydians are so afraid.
A disruptor wouldn't cause
Technology that
crystal.
surpasses their own, in the hands of the Hotari that they've lorded over for centuries.
Where did this weapon come from?
Well, the crystals are giving off tetrametric pulses. If I set my tricorder to search for that frequency, it'll lead us right to the source.
Radiation is visible through the tricorder and will lead the way to scannable objects. The 4 green lights on the left will fill to indicate the tricorder is facing a source of radiation. Yeah.
The Elydians shot to kill.
But if they killed him, why was he shot in the back?
Huh, you're right. The shot came from the side the Hotari were defending.
We don't kill our own. And he wasn't just caught in the middle.
Curiouser and curiouser.
This Elydian tried to run.
They didn't let him.
Killed by the same crystallization as the Elydian.
Whose side was the killer on?
Puto mare. Puto mare. Hello.
This makeshift barrier forced the Illidians to enter from the service corridor, creating a choke point. Quite the advanced tactic for a species that's never waged war. Is this the effects of an Illidian disruptor?
Yes.
Disruptors are cruel weapons. These crystalline particles, they're not dilithium. Are they common in the mines?
Not that I've ever seen.
Found it. Wait, is it that whole... Wait, that?
Think they parked this here on purpose?
One way to find out.
Need any help?
I've got it.
Oh yeah, and no disintegration, as you wish.
This concentration of tetrametric radiation has never been recorded. Whatever they're hiding, it's right through here.
I say Tholians.
This feels strange.
The crystals are increasing, growing outward, replacing the soil.
It's like an infection. A parasite. Growing inside Tau.
Incredible.
This is definitely not Hotari.
It's the remnants of the Takan Empire.
I don't think we should be here.
This is exactly where we should be. Every strange thing we've seen in this system, it might all come from this room. We need to learn everything we can.
And then boldly get the fuck out of here.
Somewhat resembles a transporter pad. Look familiar?
It's almost identical to the console Galvin has hidden in the palace. It looks like a control surface.
How are you holding up?
I knew Galvin and Sidron were dangerous. Now I know they're more powerful than I could have imagined. But the worst of it is knowing they got there by turning our people against their own. What are we looking at?
It's made of the same crystalline material as the rest of this place. But I can't tell much else. Might be some kind of sleep mode. I can't analyze this further unless it starts working normally.
Maybe we can turn it on from somewhere else.
Hopefully. Let's keep looking around.
There's more. Okay. It's more than just that platform. Cool. What's this? What's this? What can it fucking be? What's this? What's this? I'm filled with nerdy glee. Empty and full slots are different constructed. Radically complex crystalline device, purpose unknown.
This suggests there's some type of complex life form contained within each crystal.
Life
Text
form?
Kelly Con.
There's something alive in these tiny crystals?
That's what it says, but hard to imagine how that's possible.
Cheetah. That's never gone wrong.
Our science division will have a field day with this. We need to study it on the ship.
Can your device read this?
It can roughly translate the words, but we don't have enough Taconian language on record to understand how it's structured.
Oh well.
Looks like some sort of replicator.
I can't get it to work.
It has power. Must be looking for some other kind of authorization.
Respect my authority! I'll get there. I'm looking for another thing to scan. It's like, no, you're done, dude.
What is it?
The device's primary function is to transmute lithium into this quantized crystalline compound. Possibly for the creation of weapons.
Do you think one of these was used on that Elydian in the tunnels?
Such a cruel weapon.
Oh, enjoy your lunch. Nope. And she's not with me. Okay, so I'm gonna guess that I'm not done up there? That'd probably be a good assumption. Actually, where is she? Oh, I must have missed something up here.
This place feels wrong.
I'll get what I need, and we can get out of here.
Thank you. Is it too, convenient that we found this place unguarded?
There's an old Earth saying about never looking a gift horse in the mouth.
What's a horse?
Never mind.
Okay, I'm stumped. Wow, I'm sorry, everybody. That one took a while.
Crystallized lithium compounds.
What the hell am I
Its internal
missing?
structure is extremely ordered. In fact, the states of these crystals on a subatomic level suggests a storage device of some kind. Energy levels are both stable and ordered, like information. Some of them appear to be depleted.
What kind of information would you deplete? Jara?
I see it.
What's happening?
Someone turned it on.
There's no one here. Maybe the device I saw in the palace can send a signal?
If that's the case, we may not be alone for long. Let's hurry.
Tetrametric radiation flowing upward into the other parts of the chamber. Levels too dilute to record. Scan complete.
This can't be right. It's putting out almost 50 zettajoules of energy.
I assume that's a lot?
Enough to power this entire quadrant. This amount of power, the kind of radiation it's putting out, it's the cause of the storm. The warp disrupting beam, all of it.
What do we do now?
We get back to the Resolute. They have to know about this. Come on, let's... Quickly. We have to hide.
Yep, because there's a lot of places that we could just tuck ourselves away.
This is outrageous! I demand you let me go!
No need to complain. You're about to receive a gift beyond your wildest imagination. If anything, I consider it an honor.
What is that? What are you doing?
You'll see soon enough.
I can influence the course of the negotiations. I can make sure the Hotari get the better end of the bargain.
So can I.
Said anything? Miranda won't be in here for long. Just gotta sort this all out.
If there was a chance between you two, I think you've blown it out the airlock. Hope you're happy. Miranda doesn't deserve this. We're supposed to be her friends.
What did you want me to do?
I wanted to bring her to sick bay.
You weren't there until the very end.
We were at the start of something good, and you throw it away like that. I never thought you'd turn on me like this.
I didn't turn on you. You brought this on yourself. Unless you have some kind of explanation.
You think I owe you an explanation? Starfleet and its never-ending search for answers.
You're in Starfleet!
Tried to find the other members of the security team that went to Hotari, but they're missing. We found their comm badges stashed in a Jeffries tube.
You better hurry up and find them. There's not much time left.
You're working with them.
You have a keen mind, Carter. That's something I liked about you. But that won't be enough.
Here's something.
What is it?
Maris didn't get bioscanned after returning from Hotari. Neither did the other two that are missing.
None of them were scanned.
Which should not have happened.
She came over and helped us open the engine compartment. The others, too. They must have used it as a way to skirt the scan.
So they knew they had to get around it. I'll scan Petty Officer Maris and get some data to cut through all this speculation.
I think it's better if I do it.
Open up too.
Oh, it's gonna be a fight. Bet, changeling.
can't believe this.
Anomalous synaptic frequencies detected, beta wave and delta wave output outside established norms. A 4-chamber circulatory pump higher than average circulatory displacement is detected, so she has an increased heart rate.
Data coming in. Come here for a second. Did you know?
Know what?
That's not Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
What are you talking about?
It's right here on the tricorder.
Hold on. Then who is it?
From what I'm reading, she might look like Miranda. Walk and talk like her too. She has different brainwaves, and even different DNA. Somehow, this isn't the same person we left Starbase with. I'm going to feed this into the main computer and run some more analysis.
Commander, there's gotta be something we can do for her.
This is incredible. By some process we don't yet understand, Miranda's body is being rewritten. Her mind has been remapped to another personality, and her DNA is resequencing. I'm not sure the extent of it, but it appears to be pervasive. Someone has taken over and is bioforming her.
That's a crude way to describe it.
Bioforming.
This is a problem. A big one.
What are you?
I'm Miranda, but so much more.
Don't let them get the storage drive!
Hashtag sucker punch.
It's not in the universal translator.
Who the hell are you?
We are the Scions of the Flame.
Stop her!
They're getting away!
Scions of the Flame? I don't like the sound of that.
Sounds like a fucking 70s fucking hairband.
You're never gonna believe this. The reason the Universal Translator didn't recognize that language is because it's only ever been read. It's the Takan language.
Get your filthy Hotari hands off me! We'll burn your planet to the ground. Animals. Wait. No.
Rise, brother. Rejoin the flame.
This can only mean our time has come.
I'm only sorry I couldn't find a more suitable host for you.
All in good time. This is only the beginning.
They're working together? An Elidian and a Hotari?
No.
They did something to him.
So they're injecting the spirit of a fucking long dead civilization?
Secure the Cartabula.
Cartabula?
It's the energy source.
Wow, it took him 0 time to find.
Spread out. Search the vault. Go back through the mine. Cut off their escape. Find them.
Time to go.
Taser set to whoop ass.
We're trapped. They're blocking the only exit.
Maybe not. Can you buy me some time?
For what?
This vehicle looks a lot tougher than that barrier.
Enemies will shoot you when you're under cover. Sparks and smoke from your cover will indicate they're trying to line up a shot. Release the right mouse button to duck into cover. Cool. Puto madre.
Shoot the Hotari woman!
Go.
Get on. Hold on to something.
Why doesn't this?
I'll handle them.
The Drew 24, welcome. How you doing? Well, you see, this is an indie game that doesn't go. The resolution doesn't go very high. Actually, the highest resolution I can get. How you doing? Long time no see. Ah.
Tylus! We're surrounded.
Kind of deep in the middle of the shell, otherwise I go into a deeper explanation. But Kind of like a, almost like a Telltale style fucking Star Trek game. Definitely right. It's really rough around the edges. There are no graphic settings, limited fucking resolution scaling.
I'll get it working. Just need some time. Here we go.
Honestly, where this game falters is made up for, and just honestly being truly, it makes up for in other areas, man. It's honestly a really good Star Trek game. Like, it's to its core true Star Trek. You know what I mean?
We're trapped.
Resolute, 2 to beam up immediately. Resolute, come in.
Dara!
Are you all right?
I think so. It hurts.
Doesn't look squished. I don't.
What are you doing?
Hold on to me.
Commander, we read you, but there's too much interference. Transporters still can't get a lock.
Miranda was able to transport through the storm. There has to be some path through that we're not seeing.
Tetrametric radiation is saturating our sensors. There is too much interference to pick up the residual transporter signature.
Wait. Tetrametric radiation. Of course. I can align the transporter with the tetrametric signature. The crystals emit tetrametric pulses every 3.8422 seconds, roughly 26 centihertz. All of this is connected. The storm, the warp-killing field, the crystals, Miranda's alien transporter tech. Okay, I've got the transporter in calibration. There are a lot of biosigns in that mine, all stacked on top of each other. I need something to identify the commander signal. Something loud, energetic.
Understood. Commander Rydek, we have penetrated the storm's interference, but we are unable to pinpoint your signature. We need you to generate a high-energy event to help us...
High-energy event. Got it. Tylus, are you still with me? I am. Good. I'm going to shoot my phaser at some dilithium to cause a piezoelectric rupture.
What?
These crystals have to be pure enough. Bigger still. Come on. Damn it. No good. Too small.
Yeah, it's just a Nvidia.
Whoa! Dilithium explosion.
Is that energetic enough?
More than enough. I can lock onto their biosigns now.
Here we go. Yeah, it's published by Dramatic Labs. Clear debris and select targets to transport. You must select targets in advance. Use the mouse to aim, use the left to clear debris, and right, left to... Cool.
I've got their biosigns isolated.
Commander, we have your signal.
I'm gonna tunnel a path through the ionic interference.
Selecting a waypoint to create a path through the ionic interference. The line connecting the points will lose stability if it passes through the interference. The yellow bar indicates the stability of your path when full success. Amazing how they can do... Oh, yeah. I mean, big companies and small companies fail, man. Like, this isn't perfect. It has its, you know, there's no, you know, just goes to show you no matter how much money you have, if you rush it, you're just gonna have, you know, problems. And a lot of, and honestly, the biggest problem in gaming is publishers. Not developers, publishers. Because publishers push games when they're not ready, and, you know, when devs are just trying to make their games. If you allow devs to make their games and not rush them, also, key to it, really key to it, players not being fucking cunts. And be like, whoa, it's been 5 years, why isn't your game done? Like, dude, whipping a cunt, let the devs make their game, and we won't have broken games. But whiny fucking players and fucking greedy publishers make for fucking rush shitty products. Little positive, oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is 100% down and dirty, fucking pure Star Trek. Like, yeah, fucking science, fucking diplomacy, fucking science puzzles, fucking. And there's a the actor doing the voice for Spock. Mwah, spot on, spot on.
Got a path. Just gotta calibrate the signal.
Lock the frequencies at the right moment to give the transporters enough power. The mouse will move the cursor left to lock in place. The bars fill with your cursor at the point at distance between waypoints. The blue power bar at the bottom of this added to when each yellow bar is locked. If the blue bar is full when you lock the third one, you know, in advance. If you do not have enough power when you lock the third bar, you'll need to try again. If you have trouble on a spot, non-moving waveform, touch the edge.
Energize.
If that drunk O'Brien can do it. That drunk O'Brien? O'Brien was a fucking skilled fucking engineer, my friend.
Petty Officer Diaz.
We're losing her.
The pattern is degrading. Can you hold the signal?
I'm trying.
There we go, baby.
Got it.
How are those guys so bad at hitting the open station target? Not an open stationary target, though. It's two people being suspended in a tractor beam surrounded by ore and dilithium.
Yes!
Get her to sickbay.
Captain Solano and Ambassador Spock have just returned from Hotari.
Take a look at that.
Rydick, I need you on the bridge, now.
I'm here.
The Elydians are preparing to attack Hotari.
Status report.
The systems are now fully powered. All torpedo tubes open.
They're preparing to fire.
We should hail the Elydian flagship, Captain.
Readying phasers if you want them.
Stand by. Await my order. Recommendation, Commander? We need to act quickly. Before this spirals out of control.
Hail the Elydians. Maybe we could talk some sense into them.
Hail them.
No response.
Try it again.
Still nothing.
The Elydians. They've powered down their weapons.
Odd. You sure about that, Mr. Armand?
They're venting some kind of gas from their ship. Hold on. Now all of their systems have shut down.
That's unexpected.
This is officially licensed.
Commander Ermont, scan them again. We have to be sure.
No mistaking it. They're dead in the water.
What's happening?
There's an energy dampening field coming from Tau.
Take us out of range.
Aye, Captain.
Captain, the flagship is hailing us.
On screen.
Zeldy to the Starship Resolute. Our main power cores are completely disabled. The more power we give, the more it takes. Running off batteries. Life support systems have failed. Unable to ventilate. Contaminated atmosphere.
Admiral, you are about to launch an attack on a defenseless planet.
Kobliat, you sided with the Hotari in the negotiation, but that does not matter now. My crew is going to die. Please, I beg of you. You must render assistance. System failures are compounding around my ship.
We'll help you.
Yes, we will.
Thank you.
Admiral, excuse us while we devise a rescue plan.
By my estimate, the crew only have 23 minutes before their atmospheric mix becomes lethal.
While we may not be able to transport the Elydians directly, if we were to transport them from their ship to a nearby shuttlecraft, it should be possible to amplify the transporter signal there and reroute it to the Resolute.
The Ambassador's plan is incomplete. An away team will have to beam aboard the Zeldy and set up pattern enhancers for a stable enough signal out of the dampening field.
Thank you for identifying my deficiency, Commander Chovak.
Jara, I need a senior officer in command of this. Take Chovak and Bedrosian in the shuttle and get it done.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edselar, you will be part of the rescue mission, as will I. We will bring the shuttle within transporter range of the Zeldy, then beam you both aboard.
Beam us on board. Why?
The pattern enhancers must be placed on the Zeldy to make it possible to beam the Elydians back to
Sorry, I
the
was looking something up.
Gather the pattern enhancers and get to the docking bay.
I don't remember, man. Nothing's...
We're going on the wrong mission.
What's that?
We're going to
Stop nitpicking the goddamn game, Drew!
Press the Hotari. We should be going to rescue Miranda. This thing that's happened to Miranda is like the Trill symbiosis joining. Only
Your
worse.
nitpicking's pulling me out of the
Too many
immersion.
people I care about.
Quit pitching
wipe
and just
away
enjoy it.
some Greater
Or I'll
impact.
come over there and slap that
Same
shit out of
same
you.
thing happens to her. I wanted no part of it then, and I won't stand for it now. Her body's stolen and used like puppets.
I'm not gonna get my hopes up just yet. We don't know if what's been done to her can be reversed.
Don't give up on her so quickly.
Right now, we've got other lives to save.
Yeah.
The away team is ready.
Like, for real, like, with a little bit of work, a little bit of polish, it could be a mint game. But it's rough around, it's got rough around the edges. It's definitely an indie game. I had a fucking digital coupon on Epic, so I got it for fucking $10 off. It's $39.99.
Resolute to Shuttlecraft Melville. You're cleared for takeoff.
Acknowledged, Resolute. Melville taking off.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it doesn't go. There are no graphic settings. Fucking. When you're in the menu, if you hit escape, it takes you back to the main menu with like zero fucking remorse. As you can see, yeah, that's the highest resolution this goes into. It was a fine ratio before, man.
I'm here.
The Elydians are preparing to attack Hotari.
Status report.
The systems are now fully powered. All torpedo tubes open.
They're preparing to fire.
We should hail the Elydian flagship, Captain.
Readying phasers if you want them.
Stand by. Await my order. Recommendation, Commander. We need to act quickly. Before this spirals out of control.
Dude, I'm watching the same thing that you see. It was not squished at all.
Hail the Elydians. Maybe we could talk some sense into them.
Hail them.
No response.
Try it again.
Still nothing.
The Elydians. They've powered down their weapons.
Odd. You sure about that, Mr. Amant?
They're venting some kind of gas from their ship. Hold on. Now all of their systems have shut down.
That's unexpected.
Commander Ermont, scan them again. We have to be sure.
No mistaking it. They're dead in the water.
Dude, what's happening? There's an energy dampening field coming from Tau. Take us out of range.
The aspect ratio was fine. Can you drop it, please? I literally I have the same fucking screen that's being displayed on the screen.
On screen.
Zeldy to the Starship Resolute. Our main power cores are completely disabled. The more power we give, the more it takes. Running off batteries. Life support systems have failed. Unable to ventilate. Contaminated.
How about your choice? Oh, now
Admiral, you were about to.
This you will fucking love, Drew. I mean, not because I know you. I'm telling you, bro. Check this out. So, how you actually interact with each one of the characters, it fucking it does affect how your choices down the road, man. Fucking, and you can actually look at like each one of your choices, go back and see like, you know, Commander Westbrook respected Jar's inclination to protect the crew, and so on and so forth in like each situation. So it does. It's a lot of replayability. It's just like the best way to describe it is a fucking Telltale game. Yeah.
Launch an attack on a defenseless planet.
Kobliat, you sided with the Hotari in the negotiation, but that does not matter now.
And you know what, Drew? If I go back and if I see I'm wrong, I will apologize.
I beg of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Render assistance. System failures are compounding around my ship.
We'll help you.
Yes, we will.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, man, the voice acting for
Admiral,
Spock.
excuse us while we devise a rescue plan.
By my estimate, the crew only have 23 minutes before their atmospheric
Is
mix becomes lethal.
While we may not be able to transport the Illidians directly, if we were to transport them from their ship to a nearby shuttlecraft, it should be possible to amplify the transporter signal there and reroute it to the Resolute.
But yes, Spock's hair is black, not brown.
An away team will have to beam aboard the Zeldi and set up pattern enhancers for a stable enough signal out of the dampening field.
Thank you for identifying my deficiency, Commander Chovak.
Jara, I need a senior officer in command of this. Take Chovak and Bedrosian in the shuttle and get it done.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edselar, you will be part of the rescue mission, as will I. We will bring the shuttle within transporter range of the Zeldi, then beam you both aboard.
Beam us on board. Why?
The pattern enhancers must be placed on the Zeldi to make it possible to beam the Illidians back to the Resolute. Gather the pattern enhancers and get to the docking bay.
No idea where it is canonically.
We're going on the wrong mission.
What's that?
We're going to rescue the Illidians, the people that oppress the Hotari, when we should be going to rescue Miranda. This thing that's happened to Miranda is like the Trill symbiosis joining, only worse. And I've seen too many people I care about wiped away by some greater entity to stand by while the same thing happens to her. I wanted no part of it then, and I won't stand for it now. Their bodies stolen and used like puppets.
It won't be easy. She's gonna fight us every step of the way. We've seen that.
Remember, it's not her that's fighting us.
I know.
But that's not gray, that's blonde. That's brown, I mean.
Right now, we've got other lives to save.
Yeah.
The away team is ready.
Star Trek Resurgence is an official point. It's on an official point in the timeline. It takes place after the 2002 movie Star Trek Nemesis. Resurgence takes place in the canon. Check timeline. Yeah, after Nemesis. So, yeah, 29 years after the conclusion of Star Trek: The Next Generation. So, take place in the distant year of 2399. What's your favorite species, the Drew? What's your favorite species, Crack Matrix? What's everybody's favorite species?
You're cleared for takeoff.
Okay, explains the next generation looking at controls too, yeah. This has a forward face. Their ship has a forward-facing fucking shuttle band, like most ships. Iconic storm that will fill your path. Dangerous hazard. Green lightning. Damage your shuttle. Taking damage. Okay. I'm not gonna crash into the ship this time. Yeah, here it's. Okay, yeah. I guess I gotta go through it then. Eat your heart out, Tom Paris. Ah, shit.
We have to keep away from the lightning.
Yeah, forgive me if I'm not really paying attention. It's chat for a second. No. I'm breaking down. It's like, maybe I can just pause here for a second and maybe look at the chat. Nope, not happening. Fly! I feel like I'm off course. Shit.
We're almost there.
Woo. I had full impulse. Set phasers to fun. Ah! Shit! Damn it!
We are within range. Any closer will put the shuttlecraft at risk.
I was like, I don't know where I'm going! Yeah, I'm thinking Section 31 fucking comm badge right here. We'll get tattooed next.
Energizing.
The ship's life support. It's almost completely drained.
And the other systems, too.
Oh no.
We gotta get to their transporter room.
Dead bodies everywhere! Dead bodies everywhere! I mean...
The atmosphere in here is turning to poison. All of these Elydians are going to die if we don't get them out of here. These must close in case of emergency. They don't have enough power left to function. Carter, give them a charge with your phaser. Should make them open.
Oh, is that for Klingons? Oh. I got a thrill for the trill. Davo girl isn't a species.
It's not working.
No power's running through any of this. We gotta get him open manually.
I am the ranking officer here. State your intentions. We are under siege. Explain yourselves.
What does it look like? We're here to rescue you.
And yet, you cannot even open a door.
You just walked up, dipshit.
Whoa,
you can't even stand. You want to keep talking shit?
I am still able to stand. What are you trying to do?
We gotta get into your transporter room.
Then we can get your people off the ship.
Captain Ungrateful. Unfortunately, the actor who played Odo passed away a few years back.
Make sure they're evenly spaced. We need to manually adjust beam trajectory so they connect.
I got this one. You get the others.
You maybe want to hurry up? I don't know. Maybe if you were a joined trill, you'd be quicker.
The lives of my crew are in your hands. Do not treat them lightly.
Just about got this working. This ship won't last much longer, and I don't plan on going down with it. Couldn't agree more.
Well, fuck up. There we go. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? That's cool, though. All right.
The pattern enhancers are aligned and ready to go. Let's round them up.
These will boost the signal so we can transport through the storm. We have a shuttle outside this ship that will route the signal to the Resolute.
All crew to transporter room 2. We are evacuating.
We are evacuating!
We're alive.
Nobody brought batteries?
Okay, coordinates. Beam status. Energizing controls.
Please step on the platform so we can evacuate you, Admiral.
The crew goes first, Hunter.
Sir.
I mean it.
You, get on the platform already.
Okay, the interface is in Elydian, but the layout is the same as a Starfleet transporter. I just gotta do what I did before. Select the people to transport. Plot a path through the ionic interference. Path goes through too much interference, it won't work. Okay, just have to calibrate the signal gain to get the highest possible output. Even at this range, the interference is too much. The system is suggesting better transport coordinates. D, it's the shuttle. You're sitting right in the thick of it. I'm sending you specific coordinates for a clear signal path.
Waypoint's been added to the navigational computer. There, Commander. Give or take 50 meters.
Engage.
Melville to away team. Woo! Energize.
I have the first group of Elydians in the pattern buffer. Redirecting and transmitting to the Resolute now.
This is Resolute. We have the Elydians safely aboard.
We did it! I was so worried this wouldn't work. We got this.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm obsessed about his hair color now, damn it.
Don't celebrate yet, Lieutenant. We've got a lot of people left to save.
Right. Sorry.
This is Commander Rydek. We're holding steady.
I blame
Signal
you,
is
Drew.
good. Keep them coming.
I've made it clear. I only leave after those in my charge.
Sir, I must insist you go so you can lead our people. I will see to any stragglers.
Yes, that may be for the best. But first, let me thank our human saviors. I'll pin medals on your uniforms when this is over. For all your brave work.
You're very welcome, Admiral.
Does Starfleet let you wear another fleet's medal?
We will find out.
We're ready for transport.
Get the Admiral to safety.
Energize.
Massive power surge!
Sending available power to the annular confinement beam. I have the Illidians in the pattern buffer, but I cannot resolve their signal to send them through to the Resolute, nor can I materialize them here.
We need a better position with the Resolute.
Hashtag don't fuck it up.
We have lost the 15 Illidians in the last transport. I regret to report that we have lost the last transport.
My comrade. The Admiral.
Unfortunately, our shuttle systems were damaged by the power surge. We can no longer serve as the transporter node.
Carter, these readings are off the charts. The source of the storm is on this ship. That must have been the power surge when it came on board.
You're right. That's a con energy source. They call it the Cartabula. It's here.
Is that?
The intruders are preparing to bring the Zeldi to war.
And we're about to be stuck on it.
There is an old Illidian saying about leaping off the hot skillet and falling to the flame below.
Yeah, we got that one too.
This is an opportunity for us. We're on this ship. We can stay in the shadows, see where they're taking the Cartabula, and do something to stop them.
You always wanted the chance to do something big.
That's all well and good.
That
If we're not
is
getting
what
off
she
this ship,
said.
We're really backed into a corner here.
We can't get off this ship.
But maybe I could target somewhere on
On
the
the
ship.
We are reading the warp engines powering up.
Yeah, we picked up on that.
We do not have a way to evacuate you from the Zeldi. The shuttlecraft is too heavily damaged.
That's all right, Commander. We have a plan of our own. We're gonna stay on this ship.
That is very bold of you, Mr. Diaz. Live long and prosper.
I hear voices down the corridor.
It will be here soon.
I'll guard the door. You just get us out of here, Diaz.
Hey, Stretch. Help us with this map. Find somewhere as remote as you can.
They're almost here.
Let's find somewhere remote. The bridge.
Crew quarters?
High traffic, easily accessible.
There. The aft cargo bay.
That is acceptable.
Sounds good to me.
That is acceptable.
Now!
We're locked in. Board to transport.
Come on, Belle!
Belle!
Okay, make that 3 to transport.
It's too late for him. Carter!
3 to transport. Energize.
Didn't fuck it up. Yeah, I should have killed her when I had a chance.
Many lives. And our people on the Zeldi knew the risks their duties entailed.
Contact the Resolute, Mr. Chovak. Have them bring us back.
Yes, Commander.
Righty-ro, Rangers. We're going to go ahead and fucking cap it off for the day. I'm going to get back with you a little bit later with some scum. Because, again, I just didn't feel like playing in the nighttime. And I wasn't about to go and try to fucking change the time of day on the server just to accommodate my random whim. So, just so happened I was going to play this today. Anyways, it worked out perfectly. I'll be back in a little bit with some scum. Don't forget to tune in to Crack Matrix later, Tactical Tuesday. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, Scum, at the normal time tomorrow. And then we'll play tomorrow, some more of this tomorrow afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. Again, check out Crack Matrix every Tuesday night. I love you all. You're awesome.